guys, in today's video we are going to see about environmental management plan for air. So we have different plans for air, water, okay, and land as well. So we'll discuss each one in each video. In this video we will see EMP for air, and these are the four methods which we use for environmental management plan for reducing the air pollution, and let's see each one in detail now. So first one is control of air pollution by zoning. So here air pollution can be controlled by proper zoning. That means the city should be planned in such a way that the residential areas and the heavy industries are not located too close to each other. That means they should have a green belt between the industries and the township, such that it will reduce the impact of air pollution. Okay, and the second one is dilution of source discharge by use of tall stacks. So here tall stacks are nothing but chimneys. Okay, so I wrote here chimneys, and in this method the pollutants are carried away, okay, in such a way that pollution thing is carried to the higher altitudes, that means high places, okay, such that it will reduce the concentration. Because see, if we directly release the air into the residential areas, and that will be consumed by the people directly, okay, without any diffusion or what do you say, without any dilution. Okay, the same air or the same chemicals air, if we release it to the high places, that means higher areas like mountains and high plains, okay, then what happens, the air which is uh, at higher altitudes, it will take some time to come down to the places where the people are living. So in the process of that movement of air in between, what happens, this polluted air will mix with the pure air, and it will reduce its concentration. So that is the main reason for releasing the chemicals air into the high altitudes. Okay, and now control by using source correction methods. So source correction methods, we have different types here. By substituting the raw materials, by modifying the process, by modifying or replacing the equipment, or by changing the operation. So we have I'll write here. Okay, we have four different methods here. First one is by substituting raw materials. Second one is by modifying the process. The great advantage of this EIA is you can just write the theory just by looking at the headings. Okay, you don't have to go through each and every topic in detail. You can just analyze, okay, how what will be, just by looking at the heading. Okay, these are four different methods in this control by using source correction methods. Let's see first one now. So here this method of the substituting raw materials or fuels, it is generally applied for the atmospheric pollution control. So we have different kinds of substitutions, like substituting low volatile coals instead of high volatile coals. So this instead of high volatile coals, if we substitute with the low one, what happens is smoke will be reduced, because this low volatile means what, it will get easily dissolved. So since they get easily dissolved, we'll get less smoke. So this will help in process of reducing the air or air pollution as well. Okay, next one, we can use low sulfur fuels, okay, in place of high sulfur fuels, because it will reduce SO2, sulfur dioxide, okay, in the atmosphere, which is very dangerous component. And the other one is you will have fluorospar, which is used in hearth furnace. So this can be changed by using bauxite flux, or emission of pollutants decreases, okay, because of this bauxite flux. So here this first one is, see, the method is about substituting. So what we have discussed all the substituents, like instead of high volatile we are using low volatile, instead of sulfur dioxide high sulfur concentration, you'll go for low. So similarly you can write the points for nitrogen, and you can also write for some other materials as well. So this is what EIA, you can just write the whole thing just by seeing the heading. Okay, next one is by modifying the process. See, the process of control of this air pollution can be modified by eliminating or substituting any operation. Okay, see, for example, the combustible refuse may be disposed without the process of incineration, or the brass foundry, like the top layer of the brass is provided with a fluxing material, such that fluxing material in the sense one more coat of the other material. So brass is not good for health. So what happens if you take pure brass metal, that emission of brass will cause some impact on the environment. So instead of that pure brass, if you just go for one more layer of the other metal above it, then what happens, the emission of brass will be reduced. So you have to modify the process, or you have to make sure that you use the substituents in the process. Okay, and the other one is by modifying or replacing the equipment only. So here, instead of using, if like for example, if you are using any what do you say, for volatile materials, so we have several units like condensers, absorbers, compressors, like that. So equipment here is what, condensers, compressors, those are equipment. So if you perform a process without these condensers, compressors, will have more air pollution. For example, if we change the equipment now, that means we are using the condensers and compressors, then the air pollution will be less. So we have to modify the equipment also, and then by changing the operation. So in this method, the operational practice of the process should be changed. That means how the process go on. For example, the high sulfur fuel in the coal burning, it should be replaced by the low sulfur fuel. Here, see, we are substituting the method, we are changing the process, also we are changing the equipment, and we are changing the operation. So this all things will be able to reduce the air pollution up to some extent, if some extent. Okay, if not, like if you don't go for all the dangerous things, you can just substitute with the basic things. Okay, thank you.